Alright, welcome to week 3 of the Summer of Wrestling. I got all the matches and standings in the description, so if you don't want to watch this whole video, just read the description. Everything you need to know for this week and for the entire summer so far is in the description, okay? And this is John Cena week. And you might not think that, John Cena has a lot of good matches, but he has a lot of good matches. And a lot of matches I haven't seen yet, and it wasn't even hard to find out 7 matches for this. I could have done 10 if I wanted to, but I think I picked a good bunch of matches for this video for this week, and let's find out if any of the John Cena matches crack the top 5 of the summer of wrestling. So here we go. First match I watched was John Cena versus Rob Van Dam, One Night Stand 2006. It's one of those matches I've seen highlights of it. I know how it goes, how it ends. I've never really seen the entire match from start to finish. So it's a match I want to see. This match got 20 minutes, and it's the famous ECW match. They're in the Hammerstein Ballroom, in New York City. Classic ECW crowd. This match had the famous "If Cena wins, we riot" sign in the crowd. I just love watching the atmosphere is great. This felt like, it was a main event of a pay-per-view, and this is how all pay-per-view main events should feel like. This is a match I felt like you would pay 50 hours just to see that match. And I mean, the match was actually was good, but the crowd was so awesome that it made the match so much better. And I watched the match on WWE Network. It was amazing how unedited it was. All the crowd chants were completely uncensored. Everyone was saying "F you Cena," so they weren't saying the F. They're trying to keep this video PG. And even somebody signed it said "F you Cena," and it was completely uncensored. And it's not oh, you barely saw it. Oh, they must have missed that. No, you could clearly see it. They obviously they could have edited, but they didn't. So it was kind of amazing how uncensored and unedited that match was on the WWE Network. But I love this. It was a really good match. I mean, the match was okay, I guess, but just with all the atmosphere, it was really good. So yeah, I gotta give it 4 stars. So my next match I saw was a match I've wanted to see for a while, and especially since this match could be at SummerSlam this year. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar, Backlash 2003. And I was kind of disappointed with this match. I thought it would be a lot better. He got 15 minutes. It was alright. I think John Cena was the heel in this match and Lesnar was the face. It's really early in John Cena's career. And good story with John Cena busting Lesnar open, and then John Cena started working on Lesnar's head. So that was good stuff there. But it was a simple story. Cena kind of beating up on Lesnar, and Lesnar makes the comeback and wins. And then it never seemed like Cena was going to win the match. So I just gave it 3 stars. I was kind of disappointed. That would be a lot better. Next match I saw John Cena versus JBL, Judgment Day 2005. It's another match I really want to see for a while. It's an I Quit match, 22 minutes long. And this looked like, I might be wrong here, but I think this was a WrestleMania 21 rematch. WrestleMania 21, Cena beat JBL for the title. And it's was a rematch for the WWE Championship. And they're saying how this was the first WWE Championship I Quit match since Mankind versus The Rock at Royal Rumble 1999. And this was a great brawl. It was they did some wrestling, but it was a fight, and that's what I Quit match should be. These street fights or I Quit matches, they should be just a fight. There should be little to no wrestling in it. That's what this was, and it's just some really good violent and brutal spots. And the big thing about this match was that Cena got busted open. He was bleeding so much. It's you heard the phrase "a crimson mask," meaning guy's whole face covered with red blood. That's exactly what it was. Crimson meaning red. So Cena was wearing the crimson mask for like good part of his match. He got busted open, not right away, but maybe like 10 minutes in. So like for most of the match, he was bleeding, like, and his face was all bloody and everything. It was really crazy. One of the worst like, you know, blood jobs I've ever seen. And I know the last like 6 minutes this match was really good, and I gave this match 4 stars. Really good fight. Next match I saw, John Cena versus Dolph Ziggler, tables, ladders, and chairs, 2012. Another match. I remember when this match happened, and I didn't even watch it live. This was John Cena fighting for Dolph Ziggler's Money in the Bank ladder briefcase. Ziggler was forced to put up online in this match. This match was in Brooklyn, so Ziggler got a huge "Let's Go Ziggler" chant. That was awesome. And both these guys, like, there was blood in this match. Not like a lot of blood, but like Cena had a cut near his eye, and Ziggler had a cut on his leg. And the referees treated like Ziggler's injury a little bit. They didn't really take care of Cena's eye. So it's kind of like add to the match, seeing how like how you know violent this match was. Like Cena's bleeding from near his eye, and Ziggler has this big cut on his leg. And that's little stuff like that like made this match better. I thought both Ziggler and Cena had an awesome performance. They brought their A game. There's great wrestling. This match ended with AJ turning heel and costing Cena the match and helping Ziggler win. And I thought this match got 23 minutes. I love this match. Gave it 4 1/4 stars. Really good match. Very good. Next match, John Cena versus Bobby Lashley. This is a match I wasn't gonna see it. I was like looking up matches to watch, and a lot of stuff I was reading, they kept mentioning this match, John Cena versus Bobby Lashley at the Great American Bash 2007. So like, you know what, why not take a look at this match? Maybe it's good. And this got 15 minutes, and I was disappointed. It was there was a lot of near falls and a lot of back and forth stuff, but really, what actual wrestling wasn't exciting. It didn't feel like Cena and Bobby Lashley had good chemistry. I was reading how this was like Bobby Lashley's best match. How it was like Cena had a great performance in this match, but really it didn't seem like they had good chemistry. And maybe people were surprised how it was better than they expected, but because I had my hopes high, I was thinking it's gonna be an awesome match, and it's like, it's okay. And it's one of those things where this happened in 2007. This is now 2014. Maybe back then I would appreciate it more, because I don't really know anything about Bobby Lashley. So, he's on TNA now. I haven't really watched much of him at all, so I have no idea if that's a good Bobby Lashley match. So I can't really appreciate that much. If I was watching full time in 2007, maybe I would appreciate it a lot more. Especially since I didn't know what was gonna happen. Watching the match, I knew Cena was gonna win, and it just never felt like Lashley was gonna win. I just felt the whole time Cena's gonna win his match. It wasn't that very unpredictable. And it's one of those matches I think you watch it live, you probably enjoy it more than if you watch it 7 years later like I did. So 3 stars. Next match I saw, John Cena versus Kurt Angle, No Mercy 2003. I saw that John Cena and Kurt Angle had a lot of pay-per-view matches. I didn't know that. A lot of them in 2005, and I think this is the only match they had in 2003. And so I was and from what I read, this is one of the highest rated matches of the John Cena and Kurt Angle pay-per-view rivalry. And they had I think 4 pay-per-view singles matches and 1 triple threat match. I had no idea they had that many matches against each other. That was crazy. It's all before 2006, so that was how many years ago? 8 years ago. So this match happened 11 years ago. And I gave it 3.5 stars. It got 18 minutes. I probably underrated a little bit, but I didn't know much about John Cena back in 2003 because I wasn't watching. I watched wrestling from 1999 to 2001, and took 6 years off and started watching again in 2008. So I didn't see much of John Cena I didn't see anything of John Cena when he was in his early years. I looked it up. This was his 4th pay-per-view singles match, so he was still a green guy, and I guess it was a good performance from him. I couldn't tell because I didn't really watch him at all when he was this young. So, but yeah, Cena looked a lot younger this match. He looked very athletic. He's doing stuff that he doesn't really do stuff now. See, he's like 37 years old now or something like that, 38. Like he'd be in his like mid-20s during this match. And see, he was working as the underdog, which was kind of weird. So like, you know, he's a big star. And like, what else is right here? Yes, Cena did some like storytelling. Like Kringle had a bad neck, so Cena worked into that a little bit, but he didn't work on it too much. And Kringle ended up winning by having Cena tap out the ankle lock, which is kind of weird seeing Cena tap out. But yeah, 3.5 stars. It's hard for me to rate a match from 2003. That was 11 years ago. The reason that's hard is because I don't know. It's just that because, you know, Cena so young in his match, and I couldn't appreciate this match because I had no idea like what kind of style wrestler Cena was back then. So that's 6 matches so far. Here's the 7th match, and it's a match another match I've always wanted to see for a long time. I've seen highlights of it, but never really saw the whole match from start to beginning. And this is a famous match. It's the John Cena versus Randy Orton Iron Man match from not Battleground. Not breaking. I'm getting all these matches wrong. Okay, it's a B pay-per-view. It's Bragging Rights 2009. This was a 60-minute match, hour-long Iron Man match, and I was going to give it 4 stars. I thought it was getting towards close to that 4-star range. I was thinking maybe I'm going to go higher than 4 stars because the first 30 minutes were like really good. And after 30 minutes, it got kind of boring, got kind of slow, and like Cena was like, Orton was just beating up Cena the whole match, and Cena was like really injured and hurt, and all of a sudden Cena like starts turning into Super Cena, and like it's like he was ever hurt in the first place. He just like does stuff like there's no way he should be able to do that stuff if he was really as hurt as he was in the beginning, and it kind of like, you know, hurt the match for me because it's hard to see like the matches where Cena's like being hurt the whole match, being injured. It looks like thinking like, oh, how the hell is Cena gonna win this match? Like, he can barely stand, he can barely move, and all of a sudden like he's like doing incredible stuff that like no way he should be doing if he's that tired. Like, you know, lifting up steel steps over his head, and like, you know, lifting up Orton so easily. Like he's like weighs nothing. So that hurt the fact that Cena stopped selling his injuries, and then like the finish was like Randy Orton tapping out to the STF with like 6 seconds left on the clock, and that hurt me too because it was tied 5-5, and Orton tapped out with 6 seconds left, and I'm thinking like, you know, why couldn't you just hold out for 6 more seconds? You could see the clock. You knew like how much time he had left. I'm thinking, you know, it makes sense to me why you would tap out. But all you had to do is hold on for 6 more seconds. You know, just hold on to it. You know, because they were saying like there'd be overtime. So I don't know. It hurt the finish a little bit seeing Orton like tap out. I mean, all you had to do is hold on for a few more seconds, and then he would have been fine. But some cool stuff. There's a spot here when Cena's doing the AA and Orton like reverses into RKO, but Cena still does the AA, so it's like half AA, half RKO, and they end up pinning each other, so it's a double pin. That was really cool. And there's this whole like spot where like Orton brings Cena to like the entrance ramp, and he tries to blow him up with pyro. And Orton was amazing in his matches. Like it was like really like he had a crazy Orton gimmick back then, and this is like crazy Orton at his best. Everything Orton did in the match was awesome, and that's my favorite thing about this match. How just Orton was acting and stuff he was doing. Orton like carried this match. Without Orton's match, I wouldn't even give it the rating I gave it. So 3 stars and 3 3/4 stars, almost 4 stars. Couldn't quite go up that high. So, okay, that's the 7 matches, and here we go. Top 5 matches of the week. Number 5, John Cena versus Kringle. Number 4, John Cena versus Randy Orton. Number 3, John Cena versus Rob Van Dam. Number 2, John Cena versus JBL. And my number 1 match of the week, John Cena versus Dolph Ziggler. Now it's time to find out if any of these matches made its top 5 of Summer Wrestling. Here we go. My number 5 match of the summer is the Raw Money in the Bank match from Money in the Bank 2010. is the match that The Miz won. I gave it 4 stars. Number 4, same pay-per-view, Money in the Bank 2010. This was a SmackDown Money in the Bank match, and it was won by Kane. I gave that 4 1/4 stars. Number 3, this is from WCW Halloween Havoc 1993, I think. This is Cactus Jack versus Vader. It was a Texas Death match. I gave that 4 1/4 stars. And now, number 2, brand new match. Add to the top 5. John Cena versus Dolph Ziggler. I thought this match was awesome. It's from TLC 2012. I gave this 4 1/4 stars. It's number 2 match of the summer. And number 1 match of the summer for the 3rd week in a row, Randy Orton versus Chris Benoit, 4.5 stars, SummerSlam 2004. It's be interesting to see if any match can stop that match. I think a match will, but we'll see which match it is. I'm gonna try to do a dark theme week next week, and I'm leaning towards doing the World Championship week, where every match is either a WWE Championship match or a World Heavyweight Championship match, and that's going to include WCW. WCW will be eligible for this week, for next week. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.